in my opinion, you know, that's, I do feel like, men are pissed off. A lot of American men are pissed off because they, no longer are in control of the situation, the household situation. And I'm not talking about a good man, okay? I'm not talking about somebody who is loyal to his wife, loyal to his kids. You know, yeah, I'm not talking about a guy who's, taking care of home and is faithful to his wife when it comes to the women, this and that. Um, I'm not talking about the guys who um, are kind and loving and just not afraid to show his emotions. I'm talking about the guys who like to abuse their authority. You know, they are, I really feel like, this whole thing with women doing for themselves is bugging them, okay? Because they are women, of course, and we've discussed this already, discussed it in other videos as well, that, are in a very unhappy relationship, but she can't move. And some men love that. The abusive ones, And I made my other video, I was talking about another subject, and I literally said American men. I didn't say anything about black men, you know, and this person, comment in the section was like, basically everything went the gutter when women were allowed to work. Basically, I guess when we started having rights and all that stuff. Now we already know where that came from, how it started. But, I think the guys who are truly, truly angry at this whole thing, these guys who feel like they need to go to another country to, find a submissive wife, they literally are pissed off that women have options. They're pissed off that the ball is not in their court. It's like, if you have a guy, I remember I was watching this movie, I think it was called Splendor in the Grass, and it was this chick, her name was Juanita, and out of all the girls in the school, she's the only one who had, was having relations. And times back then, it was up to the woman on whether she wanted to kind of deal with you or not. It's like the ball was in her court in a lot of ways. A man didn't have a choice but to wait until he was married to do something with her, intimate wise, But when you get to a point, with things, and the thing about it is that those were the times where you had women who stayed home, take care of the kids, this and that. Okay? It was a different time. Okay? Where women was just expected to stay home. But times have changed, and you're unable to lock her down in certain ways. And once again, like I said, I'm not talking about good men who take care of home, this and that. I was the young man who had said something in the comment section. They seem I mean, y'all seem really, really angry about this. Because now that a woman can provide for herself, she don't have to take a lot of your nonsense. Okay? Even back then, you know, the ball was kind of in his court. Actually, the ball was in her court, maybe, on who she wanted to choose to marry. And then, when women started, I guess, was being a little bit more free with their bodies and this and that, I guess we can sit here and say, well, guys didn't have to do all the chivalry stuff anymore to get the girls. I feel like women possibly even gave away their power once they started to have relations freely and things like that, as times had changed. They took the ball out of their court, and it's funny how, when you have women who are, a bit on a promiscuous side, and it's their business. I'm not, judging anybody, but it's like the ball kind of wasn't in her court anymore to some degree, because you have a guy who got what he wanted and he can just walk away. You know what I mean? Like, he could have a woman who played house with him, even had his kids, this and that, and still did not marry her. And she's with him for 10 years. And okay, well, where's my ring? And even her being a good woman, like, just because you have sex before you're married, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. Okay, but when you have a woman, who gets to the point where she can provide for herself, there's a lot that she pretty much just don't have to put up with anymore. And men are pissed off at that. It's a lot of, I feel like it's a lot of anger in these guys' voices. They are truly, truly pissed off that they can no longer jerk women around. Okay? And it's certain women. It's not every woman, because you actually have some women who are not boss, it's okay, to want to stay home and take care of the kids and even keep family together. You know what I mean? I know people who's in relationship, the dude is cheating and she's still sticking around for the kids, this and that, but guys are really pissed off at this, and well, they just gonna have to be pissed, really, because the guys, that's my dog making all that noise. I don't know what's wrong with him. Sorry, back to what I was saying. These guys, like, they making these videos about women, and they really angry. It has gotten underneath his skin. Okay. That he's not in control of that situation. That you're not just gonna sit here, and just be head of my household just because we have different body parts. And we had already talked about this. Like, I totally believe in the roles. It's a beautiful thing. But, if you're abusive, if if you're sexist in a certain way, you pretty much, she doesn't have to deal with it. She has other options. And sometimes it's not even about other men. Sometimes it's just about choosing herself. Guys, they really don't like that. Even like, you have a lot of men who have hatred towards lesbians, because, like, if you have another this beautiful, beautiful woman that you want so bad, she's not interested in you. She wants to be with her. Like, it really pisses them off. I'm sorry, but if you don't want to be pissed off, if you want to be included in these women's lives, then you need to stop acting up, basically, and stop letting your position, of authority go to your head. If she allows you to be head of her household, then do the right thing. That's pretty much all I got to say.